Hello, world, and welcome back to another transit reading from Beyond the Matrix. My name is Sarah, and today I'm talking about the new moon that just occurred in Sagittarius, and also the ruler of that new moon going direct. So, I have the chart set for now. And you can see here that the moon has moved past the sun. So it's at 9 degrees Sagittarius, or the sun is at 2 degrees. They met in the sky from our geocentric perspective at actually 1 degree of Sagittarius. And this is the first of, I think, 5 new moons that will occur at the first degree of the subsequent sign. So that is to say that the next new moon will occur Capricorn 1 degree, then Aquarius 1 degree, then Pisces 1 degree. So the first degree of any sign is when the sun has entered, or if we have a new moon occurring at the first degree of any sign, it will mean that the sun has just entered into the sign that day. So it's really emphasizing that idea of new beginnings because the sun is also moving into the sign. And it's not just a new moon occurring. So it's a little bit more impactful, you could say, for those new beginnings when it occurs at the first degree, because then the sun will have entered this whole new realm. And what's more with this particular new moon is that the ruler, which is Jupiter, because Jupiter rules over Sagittarius. So we can look here to Jupiter. It's this big 4. And Jupiter has just gone direct. It was less than 10 minutes after the new moon went exact that Jupiter stationed to move in direct motion. It's been moving in retrograde motion since July of this year. So there has been maybe this review of either our philosophy, our religion, ideas about higher education or foreign travel. But whatever that has been kind of under review or been, going through an introspective analysis. And the new moon trined that Jupiter. So trines feel like everything just fell into place. It's a very harmonious aspect. So, and I'm already feeling a lot more optimistic. I'm already feeling like a weight has been lifted, and I don't even know what the weight was, to be very honest with you. So, another thing too that was mentioned by my instructor that I found to be mind-blowing is that Venus and Mercury are also playing a big part in this. They actually reached Sagittarius before the sun and the moon entered into the sign. And we could go back and think about, first of all, Venus, when she went through her conjunction with the sun, or was combust the sun under the rays of the sun, or we also call it the Venus cazimi. Well, this was an especially important Venus cazimi because this was the first Venus cazimi in over 100 years that occurred in the sign of Libra. It generally takes place in the sign of Scorpio when it's in this quadrant of the zodiacal wheel. And there's a lot to the Venus star point. So if you're interested in any more of that, I recommend that you look into Arielle Gutman and her analysis of the Venus star point because she's been studying it for decades and has a lot of information about what these star points mean in our life. But it's huge. So that was already a big one. And then Mercury went through his cazimi with the sun just recently. Um, that was after a full retrograde cycle. And it's those two planets now, the planet of love, creativity, joy, pleasure, and Mercury, the planet of communication, uh, kind of short distance travel or information being passed along, are leading the procession here. And those, of course, because anytime a planet is in the same part of the sky as the sun, anytime there's a conjunction there, it's beginning a new cycle. So there's so many new beginnings here. And this and in this sign of Sagittarius that's about expansion and Jupiter is this big gaseous giant. So you can think about things like big ideas, big philosophies. That's why it's associated with higher education and foreign travel. It's like getting out there, how you grow in this world. So I can definitely tell I'm especially positive today. I did have a cup of coffee, which I haven't had in like 5 days, so that could be contributing to it. But we could also say that that's part of the the archetype manifesting in my life is just a little bit of coffee. Well, I also want to mention that the ruler of the new moon, which is Jupiter, being in direct motion now, but it's also in its home sign. So it's here with Neptune. And Neptune is this planet that causes kind of a haze. And I know I've said before that I wouldn't talk about the outer planets, but I think it's important to say that there may be like a mirage here. There may be an illusion or something that causes us to be delusional with this plant, with this, whatever this new thing is. This new thing is kind of, ooh, I can feel it. It's very optimistic. It's something that we want to put a lot of energy into, and we feel like it's going to take off. But you can see Neptune is square to Mars, and Mars is in retrograde motion. And so that's again that whole idea of like reviewing things as opposed to things moving forward. And it's going to feel like you're spinning your wheels and not going anywhere. So that's in a square with Neptune. And, you know, I think that that's something just to be aware of is that with Neptune creating this beautiful mirage that we're attracted to, this illusion that maybe we're attracted to, this daydream that we have, or, you know, whatever that means for you, it might be a little bit inflated because it's here with Jupiter. So it's just important to see that whatever it is that we're dreaming toward has the potential to be grounded. We just have to start taking action in the day to day in order for it to come to fruition. So someone said, turn the thoughts into thinking. And I like that. It's like pulling them down and making them actionable. So that's where I'm going to leave it today because I think that that's pretty descriptive of how I'm feeling. Now we're going to be moving through. Now the moon is going to, continue on through Sagittarius. We're in Sagittarius season, so things are lightening up. Jupiter's by I think January going to be moving back into Aries. Again, new beginnings because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So this is all kind of priming us to start to take action. But right now, it is the dreaming part of the process. It is the excitement, and maybe even contain that excitement. Maybe don't spread the idea that you have and allow it to lose energy in that way. Because when we express our ideas to other people and they can't see the path that you would take in order to manifest those things or bring those things into the consciousness, bring those things into reality, then they might diminish it. They might see it as impossible, or they may, people like to joke about things and maybe they don't understand how diminishing that can feel when you're very excited about something. So I think more often than not, people have a hard time relating with the excitement of other people if they don't have that excitement already themselves. So it's important to keep those ideas brewing inside and feel that excitement about them and maybe take action towards them, but maybe don't go just telling everybody and allowing the energy to deflate. But also, of course, because Jupiter causes inflation, don't get too attached to things going exactly like you think they will. Just ride on that wave of positivity and know that whatever it is that you're dreaming of can actually be even bigger if you allow it to and give it that space. So, with that being said, I hope that you enjoy this new energy and I hope that it brings beautiful things into your life. And since we in the States are celebrating Thanksgiving today, I am grateful for you for watching this and for taking interest in seeing God in everything. So I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be back soon.